Ooh, welcome back, YouTube. Blazeshadowthorn here back again with another Wi-Fi battle. This one's actually going to be a double feature because this one has a bit of a story behind it. This was one I had in my last stream, so if you were there, you know the story. Anyways, I was challenged by this guy who said he wanted a UU match, so I was like, okay, I'll bring my UU team, my Aerodactyl, Gorguys, Florges, Pangoros, Mega Blastoists. It's a bit of a standard, bit of a non-standard UU team. Take a look at his team: Suicune, Arceus, Giratina Origins, Keldeo, Entei, and Darkrai, which only two of them are UU, the rest are Ubers. He's like, I thought they were Ubers. So, anyways, let's have a little look-see and see how this battle turned out, and then we had a rematch and all that fun stuff. So, anyways, without getting too much into that, let's get on with the first battle. I'm going to be leading off with my Aerodactyl because this is the anti-lead 5th gen RU set. I love this set so much back in RU. He leads off with his Darkrai. I pretty much predicted that much. So, I'm going to be extending my pressure. I'm going to go for the taunt because for those who don't know, Aerodactyl actually outspeeds Darkrai. Jelly Aerodactyl outspeeds Timid Darkrai, which means I can stop him from activating Dark Void. And then it turns out he has Thunder, and he hits his Thunder, which I'm like, why do you have Thunder? Why do you have Thunder on this, Darkrai? It makes no sense. There's no rain. There was no, I don't even know what. So anyways, I'm able to get up my Stealth Rocks, and then I'm able to get a nice, sizable chunk off with, Stone Edge. As he does reveal, he does have the Dark Pulse, and he's able to knock out my Aerodactyl, so that's fine. So now, unfortunately, though, the taunt does wear off, which is very unfortunate. I go into Fabulousness. My Cinccino, I'm hoping I can outspeed, but I can't. And poor Cinccino just gonna be put to sleep, which is very, very terrible. Oh, this is the fastest thing on my team now that Aerodactyl is dead, and I really needed it not to be asleep. Oh, it was a terrible, terrible, terrible. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch out. And I'm going to go out into my Florges, because Florges is the only thing on my team that can handle the Darkrai kind of one-on-one-ish well. He is going to go for Thunder. He's going to hit again because, why would he not? It's 70% accurate. He doesn't score the Paralysis, which I'm like, thank you for not scoring the Paralysis, because if he scored the Paralysis, this could be so terrible. Anyways, he decides to say a big fuck you to Sleep Claws and puts my Florges to sleep, which I'm like, great. So not only am I facing a guy who doesn't know what tears are and bringing in an Uber's team, he also doesn't know what Sleep Claws is. This is wonderful. This day could not get any better. Whoop-de-fucking-do. But anyways, right here, I know he can't touch me, and so I'm hoping that I can get a good sleep wake-up roll thingy and activate a Moonblast or a Toxic and start wearing this Darkrai down. Anyways, he's going to go out into his Arceus, which I'm like, okay, normal Arceus, Extreme Killer. Great, it's an Extreme Killer. Probably going to set up a Swords Dance and start wrecking my team with E-Speed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out. And I'm going to go out into my Gorguys to resist the Extreme Speed, because obviously Gorguys, I'm immune to it. Yeah, go Gorguys. Turns out he has Ice Beam. I'm like, what are you doing? Why do you have Ice Beam? And on top of that, he gets the Freeze Hacks, which I was really, really close to pressing that DC button at this point, and I remembered that I don't DC, and that if I pulled a victory out of this somehow, I can laugh and rub it in his face so hard. Anyways, he's able to knock out, with a critical hit no less, my Gorguys, which is very unfortunate because Gorguys would have been very useful on his team, but poor Gorguys has to go away. So anyways, I'm like, you're done, mate, you're done. I'm bringing in Mega Blastoise. I am bringing in Mega Blastoise. I'm going to go for that nice and powerful Mega Evolution. I really thought that he would switch out as he goes for Earthquake, and I'm like, okay, so not only do you have Ice Beam on this normal Arceus, you also have Earthquake. That's wonderful. I really thought he'd switch out, which is why I went for Water Pulse. It does a sizable chunk of damage, which it actually did way less than what I thought it would do. So it's a bulky one. Why? It goes for an Ice Beam, probably expecting to freeze again. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to switch things up, go for the nice and powerful Aura Sphere. That is going to be enough to knock out this Arceus, so Arceus, which was a really weird threat, I guess, I'm able to knock that thing out. Don't have to worry about it anymore. He's going to bring in Darkrai, which I'm figuring that the Dark Void's fairly obvious coming my way. I don't want half my team put to sleep, so I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go right out into my Florges. If he wants to go for a Thunder or something, I can still resist that. If he wants to go for a Dark Void, I'm already asleep, so I don't have to worry about that. Going to go for Thunder, he's going to hit again, so that's 3 Thunders, 1 Freeze, and a crit. He's gotten so much. So proud of this guy. I'm hoping I can wake up this turn and hit something up pretty hard with a Moonblast, because I'm pretty sure nothing on his team really wants to appreciate a Moonblast. He's going to go for a Dark Pulse, I guess. I don't even know why. He just goes for a Dark Pulse. I fortunately wake up. I am able to hit that thing up with a Moonblast, which is great, because now this Darkrai's dead. Don't have to worry about it anymore. And that also means he won't be able to put anything else on my team to sleep, which is wonderful. So I'm going to get some nice and powerful Leftovers recovery back. I'm looking a little low on HP. I'd like to be a little higher than that. But it's going to bring out Entei, which, I see shiny for him, so I automatically assume it's the Event Entei. Did I say Raikou? I meant to say Entei. But I'm not 100% sure, so at this point I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go out into my Fabulousness. I'm going to sack my Fabulousness because it is asleep, and it's not going to be very useful on my team anymore. So unfortunately, he gets another critical hit, but it turns out he is the Sacred Fire set, which means no racking up recoil. And it also turns out that he's leftover, so I don't have to worry about like a Choice Band, Choice Scarf, leftovers, something like that. I'm going to go out to Pangoross, which is a very risky play since I know I won't outspeed. So I'm going to bank on the fact that he doesn't get the Sacred Fire thing. So he goes for Iron Head instead. Fortunately for me, I do not get flinched. If I got flinch right there, I would be so mad. But anyways, I'm able to knock that thing out with another Hammer Arm, which is awesome. So he's going to go out to Devilish his Giratina. That's fine by me. I have Pangoross with Crunch, so I just have to see what he wants to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go in the floor, just predicting him to be a special set. Or maybe like, I don't know, Dragon Tail or something like that. Turns out he goes for a Shadow Force. And I'm like, why did I not keep Shinjino around? Why? It couldn't have done anything except knock off, but still, it would have been so nice to have. But anyways, I'm like, what do I have? I'm going to go on to Pangoross to attempt to resist the Shadow Force, but it's a Giratina. It's probably like Adamant or something like that. Shadow Force looks pretty cool, but it does so much damage. I'm like, no. And then it goes for a Dragon Claw, and poor Pangoross is dead, which puts me at a very, very bad position because I have literally nothing that outspeeds this Giratina. So he's gonna go once again for Shadow Force. I'm like, fuck this. Oh my god. I'm gonna go for a Dragon Pulse. It's the only thing I have to hit it with. My only hope right now at this point is if I can live this Shadow Force somehow and hit it up with a Dragon Pulse, knock it out. Unfortunately, I'm out of range of HP where that's not even gonna happen. If I was at full HP, I might be able to maybe live, but I highly doubt it. So anyway, I'm forced to go out into my floor just at this point. There's absolutely nothing I can do. He's going to go for a Shadow Force. I know he's going to go for a Shadow Force, so I'm going to go for a Wish. And my only hope, like I say only hope, but the only way I can pull a victory at this point is if I can live the Shadow Force, get my Wish up, hit him up with a Moonblast, and then probably, maybe, possibly sweep his team from there with a Florges, but I highly doubt it. Even if I was able to live this, which I'm not, I highly doubt I could sweep his team with a Florges, because I'm pretty sure he still has like 2 or 3 other Pokemon left. So unfortunately, though, I am going to end up losing. Yeah, he has a Suicune and a Keldeo left, so even if I was able to destroy the Giratina, they probably could like the Suicune, knowing my luck, could get like Skull Burns or something like that. But anyways, enough with that battle. As I promised, we have another battle. So as you can see right here, I decided, you know what? I'm done messing around. I'm bringing my Uber team. So looking over, he's using his same team. I switched things up, and I brought a Aerodactyl, the same anti-5th gen lead, because I'm pretty sure he's still bringing his Darkrai. I brought a Choice Scarf Palkia. I brought a specially defensive Lugia, a Life Orb Timid Veltal, a defensive Avalugg, because everyone uses Avalugg in Ubers. And then I also brought a Mega Blaziken, which I recently obtained, so that's pretty cool. So once again, he's going to be issuing me a challenge, and I'm like, if I lose this, I'm going to probably quit Pokemon for the rest of my life, because I would feel so ashamed of myself for losing. I don't think I could ever, play Pokemon again. Anyways, this seems like deja vu. He's going to be leading off with the Darkrai. I'm going to be leading off with the Aerodactyl. I'm going to go for the Taunt, because I'm pretty sure he's going to go for that Dark Void, and he goes for the Dark Void, which is like, wow, I totally never saw that coming. I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks. Jeez, it's like we're doing the same thing over again. He's going to go for the Thunder, except this time he misses because Hax hates him. I'm like, yeah. So I'm going to go for Stone Edge, and I miss my Stone Edge because... And then he hits his Thunder, and I'm like, well, you know how I said about that Hax thing? It's not looking too good for me. So anyways, I'm able to live with 1 HP, which is perfect with my Focus Sash. Fortunately for me, the taunt ends right now, which means as I can taunt him again as I end up going for the Dark Pulse. So even though I do lose my Aerodactyl, I'm able to now go into my Z's Hot Wings, my Mega Blaziken, and Revenge Kill with a High Jump Kick, Flare Blitz, Sky Uppercut, whatever I want to go for. So I'm going to Mega Evolve right here, and I'm like, if I miss my Sky Uppercut, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be so very mad. He's going to go for a Thunder, he's going to hit, because, like, yeah. Fortunately for me, I don't get paralyzed, and I miss my Sky Uppercut. And I'm like, oh my god, my Hax is coming back. I thought that Thunder miss at the beginning was a sign. I thought it was a sign, but apparently it wasn't. Fortunately, though, for me, I am able to hit my Sky Uppercut the second time. Don't ask me why I have Sky Uppercut. I honestly don't know. I got this Blaziken off a trade. All I did was check the IVs. I threw it in the box, made sure it was EV Train, and I'm like, okay, whenever I want to, I'll use it. And it turns out it has Sky Uppercut. And I'm like, the fuck? It doesn't even have Protect. I'm like, the fuck. So, anyways, I'm going to go for a Sky Uppercut on this Suicune. Really no reason not to. I'm just sacking this Blaziken right now. I want to get as much damage off on this Suicune as possible. So if it wants to start Calm Minding, it'll be forced to rest sooner rather than later. So, he does able to knock out my Blaziken with a Skull, but like I said, I was sacking it anyways. So anyway, it's time to bring out the star of the show, the shiny, majestic Yveltal with its radiance of Dark Aura. He's gonna go for the nice and powerful Life Orb boosted, max special attack, Dark Aura boosted, Dark Pulse. He's gonna be able to knock out that Suicune, and the reign of terror of I almost said Darkrai, I mean Yveltal begins. He's gonna bring out Devilish, the Giratina, and you know, it's sort of like Renegade versus Renegade, except my Renegade number 1 is faster and number 2 is way cooler, and he's just gonna be able to Oko that thing with the Dark Pulse, which is like, haha, Giratina, the bane of my existence because I had nothing to handle it properly. It's gone. Anyways, he's gonna go out into Arceus. And I'm like, what can Arceus do to me? Oh, right, this is that weird Arceus that has Ice Beam for some ungodly reason. Better go for a Dark Pulse. If I flinch this thing, I'm going to be so hilarious. Unfortunately, though, I don't get the flinch. He is going to be able to go for the Ice Beam. And I'm like, well, there goes the reign of terror of Yveltal. But it turns out Yveltal, being the amazing Pokemon that it is going to be able to live that Ice Beam and retaliate back and destroy that Arceus for all it stands for. Which I'm like, yeah. You show him, man. Anyways, he's going to go out to his Entei right now. And the Entei is unfortunately going to be able to go for that extreme speed. And after the pressure and everything, go for the extreme speed. And that will be able to knock out my Yveltal. But it did work. It knocked out like half his team's Pokemon. I'm very pleased. Yveltal, whenever you make an Uber's team, you just have to have... It's 5 Pokemon for an Uber's team. You automatically put Yveltal on it. Like, who cares about Geomancy? Like, Xerneas, you want Life Orb Tim and Yveltal. You want it. So anyways, I'm going to go out to my Avalugg, which it might seem weird that I'm going out into my Avalugg, but I'm like, I don't really care at this point. I can afford to mess around, because, like, I can. I'm going to go for the Avalanche. I'm like, if this Avalugg knocks out this Entei, it's going to be, like, hilarious, and it will be the funniest thing ever in the existence of funny things. Avalugg beating an Entei. Anyways, he's gonna go for another Sacred Fire after I eat up the second one. Unfortunately, though, that 50% burn hacks is gonna come into play. I am gonna get burned, but it's all so sad. Which means my not very effective Avalanche is gonna be doing even less. Unfortunately, I forgot to put Earthquake on this Avalugg because again, I got it off like a trade, and I refused to check the move pools before I throw it on my team. So, you know, that's something I gotta check back with. So, he's gonna go for the Sacred Fire, and he's gonna miss, which is like, you missed the Sacred Fire. Who misses Sacred Fire? I miss Sacred Fire, but that's beside the point. You missed your Sacred Fire. Ha, 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 ha. So, it just prolongs the end. I'm really not doing anything with that Avalugg because I'm burned. He's going to go for the Iron Head because he's like, screwed, I don't want to miss. Quite frankly, I don't blame him because Sacred Fire only has 8 PP ups if he even PP maxed out his moves. So he's going to finish me off with an Iron Head. Not a problem at all. I'm going to be able to go to my Palkia now. And I'm like, you know what? It's time. It's time to end this thing. So, going to go out to my Palkia. And he's going to go for the nice and powerful Spatial Rend. I'm guaranteed to outspeed everything on his team, and probably Oko everything, because I'm rocking the Modest Scarf Palkia. You gotta get all the power with the Modest Scarf. The Modest Scarf, people. The Modest Scarf. He's going to go out to his Keldeo thinking, Keldeo, you're pretty bulky, right? You can live. You can live, maybe. But anyways, Palkia, with that rage and destruction of the DS screen, and the fact that it sucks, he is going to actually be able to live. But what can a Keldeo do to me? He's going to go for a Sacred Sword that's going to do absolutely nothing to Palkia. Which means I can now revenge kill it, and it turns out it's Shell Bell, which just goes to show. I'm going to be able to go for one final Mega Evolution. I said Mega Evolution for no apparent reason. Spatial Rend, destroying his DS screen, knocking out his Keldeo, and proving that when you play Mutant Ubers, you're bound to get to lose, especially when I'm feeling the rage. So I hope you enjoyed these quick double battles, and I hope you enjoy my narration as well. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.